Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for Project 2 for Jaded Blossom's February release hop. Hey, so I'm using Gnome Friends bunny dies, their North Pole sign die, their Bicycle and Friends dies, and their Fancy Topper die. And I'm also using the Hoppy Easter odds and ends, along with Hippity Hoppity 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. So first I have a piece of Papertrink white cardstock that I cut at 4.25 by 11 inches, and I scored at 5.5 inches to make a vertical A2 sized card. And now I'm adding a piece of paper from that pad. Remember, you can use any Easter pad. This is just what I had on hand. And this I cut at 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card base. There we go, I'm sticking it down with my ATG tape. Now I'm also using, this is it's called Artist Glue from scrapbook.com. I've been using it lately, it's good. So I cut out this pattern using our Fancy Topper die from Jaded Blossom from that same pad. I love this Fancy Topper die. I use it all the time, and rarely for toppers. I use it for backgrounds a lot. So lots of fun. But you can certainly fold it and use it for a topper, which is fun because then you could use it for two things. There we go. And I do weight that down with an acrylic block. Next, I'm going to add this pattern, which is from the same pad. So I'm just sticking that down as well, using my reverse tweezers. There we go. So he's got like little grass that this guy's going to be riding his bike on. There we go. And on the inside, I'm going to add a strip of paper, and it's cut from the border die. You know how there's border prints on a lot of Doodlebug pads? Well, this is just a few of the border prints that I cut out. And I'll trim the overhang with a pair of scissors. There we go. And like I said, you could use any Easter pad. It doesn't have to be this one. You know, everything's made to match on those. Now, this is my Happy Easter sentiment. That is from that new Bunny Trail stamp set. And then I cut it out using the North Pole sign die because, of course, you know that's meant to fit in there, so it's perfect. And I give my little image a drop shadow that was stamped onto onto Papertrink white cardstock. Now I'm going to be adding some of these little odds and ends to the inside of my card. I like to use Doodlebug's odds and ends to decorate the inside of my cards, because why not, right? So I'm going to add a couple of those, which is fun. You can see the bike on the left-hand side. I assembled that on the, Bicycle and Friends dies assembly video, so check that out. There we go. And I do weight that down in between, I believe. I'm going to use my white Jelly Roll pen from Sakura, a number 10, to add a couple of highlights for fun. There we go. And that's all there is to it. So it's pretty easy. Now I'm going to stick down the little basket of tulips on my bike. Isn't that cute? Everything will be listed on my blog as to what I used for this. There's also an assembly video, like I said, for that, and the bunny, so check those out, but I will have them linked in the description box below this video. There we go. So I'm going to glue down my bunny. I'm using that Artist Glue again, along with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. There we go. So I'm sticking the bunny on first. Remember, he could be wearing a hat if you wanted him to. All the gnome hats and all of the gnome accessories fit on this bunny, which couldn't be more perfect, right? So I do weight down this little bunny, and I'm just going to lift up his body because I've got to add these little arms in, which is kind of fun, right? So I'm going to stick the arms in. Now, all those grays are American Crafts gray cardstock, and I did use Doodlebug's dot stripe in the 12-inch for the pink little toe beans and the insides of the ears. But otherwise, the three colors of gray are American Crafts cardstock on that. Now I'm going to add in my bike. Isn't this the cutest thing? I love this new bike, and I love that you can put whatever you want in the little basket. There we go. Now, I'm going to add on the little hands onto those arms, so it looks like he's holding on. And I will pop those up with a pair or with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So it's easy stuff. There we go. And isn't he the cutest? Like I said, everything will be listed on my blog as to what I used for all of these things. There's also an assembly video for that bunny, so check that out. So this is what I used for the tail, but you could also give him a hairdo. Isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. He's the sweetest little thing. Now I'm going to use this little piece of ephemera from that same odds and ends pad. You could add a sentiment on the front if you wanted to. I didn't want to. I just wanted to give him this little funny word bubble. Remember, Jaded Blossom has word bubble dies and they have heart dies. You could do the same thing with dies if you wanted to. So I'm just adding some more little pieces of these dimensionals on the back because, you know, I'm crazy like that and I like everything to stay nice and level. And there we go. And then I will pop that on the front of the card. So this was a super easy card, I think. Isn't that fun? Now I'm pulling out these little shape sprinkles, and these are called Love This. They're just hearts. I also used an eye for an eye. That's what those black dots are for his eyes. So I'm covering up that heart, and then I'm going to use a few on the actual card itself because, let's be honest, I hoard these things and I should really start using them. And I'm using my pen blade to pick them up. So this is what I do when I'm trying to figure out placement. I don't push them down very hard, just in case I've got to scoop them up again. You don't want to rip your paper. But once they stick down, they're pretty much there. Like they're not going to go anywhere. But when you're trying to figure out placement, I suggest not sticking it down too hard. There we go. And I'm still thinking about it. I move them to the other side. This is what Leanne does when I'm messing around with these sprinkles, right? Trying to decide where things are going to go, what things are going to look like. And there we go. I think I've settled on a layout. And that is also, thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog and get hopping. Hop on over to the Jaded Blossom store and get shopping. And thank you as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Remember, there's a release and review if you're still not sure about shopping, but you're going to want to go shopping. Bye, everybody.